Oh, you mean there's the upper rung? Are those all the families like the Rothschild?
No, they're dude, if you know their name, they ain't running anything.
Oh, so it's a bunch of no names out there.
There you go, bro.
A bunch of no names.
There you go.
Pulling the old strangs. And what I don't realize is that I got strangs attached to my back and my arms and my legs. And I have no idea how I move like this.
There you go.
But apparently
there you go.
Because at the end of the day, I'm an animatronic puppet.
When people ask, is everything a conspiracy? The answer is yes.
Who and what is controlling everything and why? They practice sorcery. I can't argue against magic.
I don't know what it is that we live on, but I believe it's a realm. This realm that we live in is the lowest level of heaven, highest level of hell.
Chicken snake gods and the Anunnaki and sorcery. If Sam says the chicken snake god is running everything, I'm literally in the world of crazy. I'm winning.
You're losing. Conspiracy Social Club, aka Deep Waters.
And welcome to Conspiracy Social Club, aka
Deep Waters.
Oh,
dude. That up.
All right, I'm a little off.
AKA Deep Waters, AKA
Highway to the Danger Zone.
It's episode 2,
episode 2.
Hey,
Everybody.
we don't have a 5 in your desk?
We don't have a 2.
We don't have a 2. We need a 2.
Wait, that's 220?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
I mean, what is that? That looks like a
That's
that
a
looks
2.
like a 5.
But you know what, Bob? You remember CISO?
Yeah.
They were rocking for a little while.
We don't have a 2.
And they were putting out great specials.
we don't have a 2. What we do have is a ton of bleeps because you've sworn 7 times already.
Who, me?
No, him. I mean, just like...
Why don't you recognize Christian values?
I didn't know it was Christian Cruz.
Hey guys, real quick, if you are watching on YouTube, why don't you do us a favor and hit the subscribe button? We're getting great numbers for a little show that's growing and growing by the day, but we got to hit the subscribe, bang, 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 and then hit the little bell that will let you know when a new one drops. We drop it every Saturday to let you feel the power.
Let you feel the power, yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm this weekend, Sony Hall, still tickets left. March 11th, this Saturday, I am in New York City at Sony Hall. And
all new material, Brian?
All new material, buddy.
How's that going?
Well, I'm going to get into that because it's going well, because Chris Rock's special actually inspired me just to to go deeper and more uncomfortable with my material.
You know what, Brian? I had that moment on stage, so finish your thing too. I went pretty hard.
Levity Live, I'm there the next weekend in West Nyack, New York. Come get some March 16th to the 18th, and then... yeah, so there it is.
Guys, I had a discussion with my web person, and he didn't even change it. So a couple things are going on, guys. I'm very excited about. Oh, shit, when is that? Okay. Is that on this 8th? What does that say, March 18th?
16th.
Okay. Very excited. On the 14th, I have another Comedy Chaos with a murder lineup. Go check that. Then March 16th, I'm in Costa Mesa at the Lock Cave Comedy Club downstairs. Enjoy that place. Then proud to announce, guys, where's my thing so I can read this to you? I will be at a Flat Earth Festival, everybody. But it's via Zoom, everybody. I'm doing via Zoom. That's right. Daddy's doing 30 minutes of... Why? I'm going to be at a Flat Earth Festival with fun people. And I just want to tell you guys where to grab your tickets and watch me do 30 minutes.
Is David Weiss, the scientist, going to be there?
Yeah, he might be there too. You never know, bro. Yeah. Let me find where this is. Okay, here we go. It is the True Earth Equinox Summit.
I listened to David Weiss try to debate a real scientist.
Okay.
He kept going. That
Saturday,
I don't agree.
The 18th at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be doing a little 30 minutes of stand-up. Guys, what I need you to do is go to TEMMS.live, link below. Thank you, Dylan. Okay. Click it. It's only $20 for the festival. Some really great people who will someday be on the show. Crow 777, David Avocado, Hal Hibbler, he'll be there.
David Avocado's going to be there?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Why, you don't like him?
No, I was just making fun of his name.
Wow, that's really rude, dude.
Sorry.
And it's David Avocado Wolf, okay? Just go to TEMMS.live, click my name. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
So do you guys want to start with Chris?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I love this.
Dude, I loved it too. And I really liked what he was doing, and I liked what he was saying. I loved his bit on Lululemon. We stand against hate and racism and all that, but you clearly also stand against the poor because your yoga pants are $100. I want racist yoga pants that cost $20. You know what I'm saying? And how true. Taking on woke corporations. The whole thing was great, but man, revenge is a dish best served cold.
Yeah.
At minute 61, he goes in on Will and Jada.
Yeah, and he should.
Yeah, and man, oh man.
You want to listen to a little bit of it?
Yeah, why not? Oh, I mean, can we do this on YouTube?
I don't think you can, buddy. You get demonetized. You cannot play this on YouTube.
I don't want to debate it.
Okay.
You know that though, right?
All right.
You know that.
I'm aware. Okay.
This guy knows the rules, Brian.
No, because he was about to play it.
I thought it was great. I mean, Will Smith, is just, we've seen videos. She is like this weaponized feminism. I was just telling Dylan, because Dylan was talking about some of his therapy. We won't go into specifics, but Dylan has a real problem with dealing with hookers or whores, right? So, no, he doesn't have a problem. He doesn't get prostitutes. Full disclosure, he's dealing with the women and respecting their feminine, but also respecting the whore in each woman, right? And that's something we all go through, right? That's something because we put
whore complex.
Yeah.
So a whore turns you on. But,
no, he can't see it in people he cares about.
Abrahamic religions have indoctrinated us into not having respect for promiscuous women, and we need to break free of that millennial.
I can honestly say that I require a promiscuous spirit in a woman. I require a carnal woman, a woman in her own body, we all body.
Love it.
I was watching Magic Mike with my wife, who turns me on, and I was watching the latest Magic Mike. Terrible movie. Yeah, of course it's terrible.
Anything geared towards women is terrible because it's cute first, entertainment second.
The worst. But that guy, Channing Tatum, is as good looking and as athletic as a human being gets. The way he can dance is so astonishing. And I knew him back in the day. I hung out with him.
Where'd you guys meet? A bathhouse?
No, we had the same agent. So
he swore again. He swore again.
Sorry.
Well, what do you have?
Yeah, dude. Here we go.
Great guy.
Here we go, Brian. You broken it. We're hitting you with a yellow card. Okay, we're hitting you with a yellow card.
I will
not make me pull out the red.
I will watch my language.
We're Christian on a cruise ship.
But the men in there, the black and white men that can dance, including Michael Strahan. But when you see like
a lot
Twitch,
of gay men
that guy Twitch
in that show, that movie, a lot closeted.
A lot of closeted. That guy who died, who killed himself, Twitch. Oh, such a bummer. He's in it. What a stud! The way he dances, you're like, you watch him dance, and you're like, and my wife was like watching these men, and it was so. If you're not a woman, and look, I'm a straight guy, so
straight-ish.
Straight-ish, but like. These men, I can't compete with that, but you have to embrace that. You have to understand that every woman that you are with and has ever been with, will stray on you with those dudes when they're doing what they do. Like,
Brian,
it's impossible.
You have some weird thing where you had this weird kind of fantasy.
Yeah.
That, like, against all odds, Kid Dynamite's just going to be hooking up with quality blacks. Like this, that's your dream.
It's not that.
You have a fantasy of it. You're going to walk in and she's just going like blacks on blondes, dog fart, 1 on 5. And you're just I can't stop it. So I might as well enjoy it. Yeah. That's what you're going to do.
I truly don't believe in controlling anyone's behavior. Like, so I would never try to control, like for me, Like it never.
That's why I think you guys
me.
are gonna be together forever. Because
Forever.
at some point,
Yeah.
you're just gonna be like, "Why don't you just go do it in front of me and I can watch?"
Yeah.
Well, I would never in a million years. I think I never begrudge a woman for having the same lustful eye that a man can have. That's
Well,
I
you
guess
know,
what that's
Brian,
saying,
it's
'cause that's
very
the truth.
interesting,
That's the
and I'm
truth.
sure you've experienced this.
Yeah.
When you go on the road and you meet a couple and both of them love the show,
Yeah.
but the wife really loves the show, right?
Yes.
And you just have this moment where you're very uncomfortable because like you're like, I appreciate being appreciated, but your husband's right there and you're making both of us uncomfortable.
Well, sometimes you get a nice rub on your back, or the finger moves up. and
Yeah,
down. You're
yeah.
like, oh, this is.
Or
this
I
is-
have women like so on my other show. I have this thing where I'm like, hey, for $1,000, Johnny and my co-host will watch you make love, and we'll give you some tips
For $1,000.
For $1,000, but we give out scholarships.
Oh, yeah,
like 99.9% scholarships,
You have scholar.
and it's crazy how the
You have
women
financial
are
aid.
always in.
You have financial aid.
Yeah. The
women are in.
always in. The guy's like, hey, I don't know if I want to do this. No, we're not going to do it. She's like, come on. He needs to watch. I'm like,
That's great.
it's so hilarious.
Are the girls
But man,
hot?
I get really uncomfortable when they're just locked in.
They might want you involved.
Well, I don't know, man. I think there's bad. Why? This is called friendly banter.
Wait, what
the
is-
children love it.
What does that signify?
It's like a wrap up the
Yeah, that's
the
kind of like you've
acceptance
gone a
speech.
long
All right, we
journey.
gotta get to some conspiracy.
Okay.
So Russell Brand has been making the rounds.
Yes.
And
I saw this.
yeah, your guys' thoughts on his rather.
Well, I'd love to hear. Can I talk? Because Brian's going to go long on this. I would like to just say this. I am very thankful for what Russell Brand's doing. Obviously, Russell Brand is way better looking than me and way more articulate than me. He's saying a lot of stuff that I've been saying forever. The only thing, and this is where the conspiracy theorist in me gets very nervous, and where my conspiracy bat signal, my spider senses start to tingle, is when somebody's everywhere all at the same moment. It does not seem as natural to me as possible. And maybe he's on a tour and that's why we're seeing him everywhere. But it just, when you're everywhere all the time on everything, I get very nervous. So like, is this a limited hangout?
Okay.
What do you mean? Is this a limited hangout?
Well,
Could he be working for the other side as a double agent?
Yeah.
The answer is absolutely not, Sam.
okay.
The answer is Sam.
You don't know
That's
that.
called paranoia.
Okay. No, it's
Sam,
not.
that's not
Brian,
conspiracy.
Brian,
That's called paranoia. When a guy's loudly
watch yourself.
supporting,
You're
when a guy
already a
is-
yellow card, Brian.
when a guy is loudly supporting everything you say, and you're like, maybe he's a psyop because he's agreeing
No,
too much
that's
to me.
not what I
And
said,
he's on,
Brian.
And he's on
that's not
a
what
tour.
I said.
He
and
is
I
on his-
literally gave him his roses.
He's on a tour.
Okay, I gave him his props.
Yeah.
I said he's doing a great job, and
Yeah.
I'm thankful he's doing it. But I'm just telling you,
Got a little nervous.
I've been studying this for a while,
Little bump,
Brian.
little whistles
while
all
you've been
tight.
tiptoeing through the tulips in your flowered skirt, watching for black men to make love to Kid Dynamite, okay? I've been watching this thing, and I'm just telling you, when something is everywhere, all of a sudden, you have to kind of go, what is going on here? I'm just telling you. And that has always
You don't
been
have to do that.
what they do. They,
No.
who is they? Who is that?
Yeah.
That's who they, okay? They do.
Yeah.
They want to put their person, they want their person to get credit.
Russell Brand
for-
is an independent guy that makes his money on YouTube. Please stop.
Well,
with
right
this.
there, you know that he doesn't make his money on YouTube because he's on Rumble now.
Whatever he is on.
So strike
Rumble
one.
Rumble was the antidote to the bias that YouTube seems to,
Right.
its algorithm favors. So, but which, by the way, I actually don't believe that YouTube has a bias. What? I said it. I'm gonna say
What?
it again. I don't believe YouTube has a bias. I think that's all lies.
What?
I think anybody who says,
What?
"Yep, ready," I'm going to say it again. I think anybody who
What?
says YouTube has a bias.
Play it. Play
No,
it.
hold on. I'm going to make...
What did you just say?
So here's why. I will tend to Google. I tend to watch. I don't know, everybody from Ben Shapiro to Jordan Peterson to whoever it might be.
Oh, really?
Right? Crowder. I'll watch all the people that
Why'd you get Christopher Walken right there?
I watch all the people who, at the end of the day, communists. I watch all of them.
Bryan, I literally have
so what I do is
I
I think the algorithm in YouTube algorithm knows that I lean right of center in a lot of issues, not left of center. That I'm not left wing.
Yeah.
That if anything, I'm sort of a Democrat heavy, Republican light. Probably more Republican light. More right wing than I am left wing.
No,
because they've pushed me the heck over. With their insanity,
you can let it fly now.
With their insane gender things with kids, with their insane mask policy, with their
don't
lies,
even get me started
with their lies about January 6th. So they've pushed me over.
We'll get into that.
They pushed me all the way.
Oh, by the way, what'd you just say?
With their lies about Jan 6.
Oh, look who's here now!
Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah. So we're gonna get into this.
Wow! But
so as a result, the YouTube algorithm.
Bryan
actually shoots me over all the things I want to hear. It confirms my bias.
That's great. It's my t-shirt, your algorithm's lying to.
Yeah.
But, Bryan, I know people that had their YouTubes taken away with 0 strikes, 0...
Because they were talking about COVID?
They're just talking about things that the algorithm of YouTube doesn't want you to talk about. Now, I just had Whitney Webb on, and she was talking about... She says within 2 years, there should be a giant... electrical attack on the grid. The internet, she thinks, will be knocked out and replaced with a new internet. Secretly, that's what she believes. And not secretly, that's their plan. They're openly talking about it at the World Economic Forum. You have one of the guys there who's talking about in the same, don't even do it.
Knocking out the entire internet.
And replacing it with a new internet in which they're in complete control of.
Good luck with that.
And that the new internet will be bland, will be very bland.
Well, but no, because there's too much money in it not being bland, right?
Oh,
you're going to stop. You're going to stop people like Russell Brand.
So the guy so the people that print all the money, Bryan, are worried about where the money's going.
People who print all the money. Yeah, this is genius.
Put that together.
Who are the people that print all the money? Where does the money get printed?
Where, Bryan? Where
Fed?
Does the money
the
get
Fed, the dollar?
The Federal Reserve.
Yeah. And who controls the
International
Fed?
Bank of the Bank of International Settlements. They run everything.
Sam?
That is the they, bro. That's the they.
Sam?
Yeah.
You want to tell the Democrats and Republicans that in the House and the Senate?
Yeah.
You want to tell them that?
I do.
Don't
make me pull this. Don't make me pull.
I haven't done anything.
Don't make me
Why are you pulling out a red card?
Because
he's fingering his red card.
Yeah, I am. I'm fingering my red card.
You can't pull out.
Because when you start slandering my character.
Well, he's the one who should have the cards. Why does the player have a card? You're the one who should have the cards.
Good point. Really good point.
That is a good point.
Yeah, we'll make that change next
Don't
episode.
make me pull this.
Pulling a red card on me.
It is an abuse of power.
I am.
Now, I'm going to have to do a couple mea culpas on this show. And it's
I can't wait.
That's where all the
Bryan
money's
doesn't want to
printed,
hear about the creature from Jekyll Island and Babylonian
The U.S.
money
state
magic.
of Georgia? You mean from Georgia?
The Babylonian money magic, which has gone back for centuries.
This is where
I get real
crazy.
right.
Okay, we're gonna move on to Bryan's.
I get real right.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna do this at the end, where we're gonna give him his own Jerry Springer moment at the end.
We'll do final thoughts at the end. We have to talk
Bryan
about.
We will do final thoughts because I have some things. But let's go. Let's see what got.
Else we got. Okay, so here we go. This is great. Bryan, the whole time I've been telling you on this show, we're talking about anywhere from episode 150 to okay? I've been telling you that this has been a giant sham, Like they let people in. There's a lot of actors. So here we go.
Right.
What is going on here, Brian? Let's take a walk. Look at this.
Let's
Tucker
watch
Carlson
this. Let's
control
watch this.
limited
This
hangout.
is,
Tucker
the greatest
Carlson.
thing is that they allow journalists all the information.
Here
in
we
the
go.
tapes.
So explain what we're watching here. So look who's getting walked through. Look at that. Look who's with them. Oh my God, it's campus police walking around and leading the QAnon shaman around. Look at this, Brian. Look at this. They're walking him around.
Yeah, are they watching him?
Are they watching?
And then
Did they ask him to leave and he's not leaving? So now they're just following him?
Oh, so will you go back a little bit where the part where he walks through just a whole a plethora?
He's autistic, right? He's not all there. And he had a nervous breakdown.
Look at this,
in
Brian.
jail.
He's walking through. He's walking with them. He's not even running. This isn't even a Benny Hill moment. Right there, he just walked through a whole. That looked like a running back drill in a football game in practice.
It's all alone. Yeah.
Now, so before we,
I think they saw that this guy wasn't really all there. He wasn't all there.
Oh, okay.
Right? He's autistic and whatever.
can we listen to his prayer on the Senate floor before
Yes.
we debunk anything?
Yes.
Yeah, here we go.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for giving the inspiration needed to these police officers to allow us into this building.
Contrast.
Oh my God.
Dude, why didn't I even hear that part?
Yeah. I have thoughts. So, if you were cops in the Capitol building, okay, and how many people came in? How many people actually entered the Capitol?
I'll look it up.
A lot. What would you do? Would you ask them not to damage things? Would you escort them around, or would you try to keep them out? Right?
More than 2,000 people entered the Capitol.
So 2,000 people are in there. What are you going to do as a cop? Start shooting?
How about not open the gate to let them in? How about that one?
Is it possible that they opened the gate because they
No,
thought the
Brian,
gate would be
it's not.
broken down?
We can see them opening the gate.
Did
we can
they
actually
do that?
see them giving
did they
weapons.
do that? Did they do that?
Brian.
Because it
I
was
love
better
you,
to
Brian.
join them than
I
like
love you, Brian.
No, I'm giving the cops the benefit of the doubt. So I'm saying,
Hey, will you look up the
if you're a cop,
the Farley boys, Saturday Night Live, Chris Farley, Adam Sandler,
Wait,
the Farley boys. Will you look
follow
this
me
up?
on this. Follow
okay,
me on this, guys. Follow me on this.
Nope.
So if you're a cop,
Yeah.
and you're that outnumbered,
Yeah.
and they're gonna break that thing anyway, would you go, hey, guys, just take it easy. We'll open the gates for you. You open the gates because you can't fight them. Is that possible? Like, so you let a hurricane.
Brian, are you on a payroll right now?
When a tornado is coming through your house, do you open the windows? Yes, you don't close the windows because the window's going to get blown.
Please look up.
We can't play it.
No, we
Why?
can't play. Wait, you can't play it. But listen. So that's what I'm saying. What do you think of that? 2,000 people, did they try to break into the Capitol or not?
I think no.
Okay, so do you think this happened? Do you think is the conspiracy
just
theorist
spitballing right
is the
now?
conspiracy theorist notion that they went to do a
Brian,
peaceful
stop.
demonstration?
I want to stop for a second,
Yeah.
real quick. What are you doing right now? What is this you're doing right now?
I'm
No,
trying to make sense of that video.
No, you're trying to spin something.
No, I'm not.
You're stubborn right now. You're being stubborn, and
This is where I wish I had the card because you're allowed to play devil's advocate and
Thank
talk
you.
on this.
Because what I'm
And-
saying is
Oh,
this.
you giving me a yellow card?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because here's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
so now I got a yellow
2,000
card.
people. 2,000 people descend on the Capitol, right?
Yeah, Brian.
It's a protest, peaceful protest mostly, right? Right? We good? Peaceful protest.
No.
There were people in the crowd, whether they were provocateurs,
Okay, go
whether they
on.
were provocateurs, I don't know.
Feds.
who did break windows and
Feds.
trying to get in.
Feds.
Right? Okay. So the cops are overwhelmed. They're outnumbered by far, right? 2,000 to how many cops were in there? Fucking not many.
Okay.
Right?
Brian, I'm gonna do something.
So what
for
I'm
you
saying
right
is
now.
that- so what I'm saying
gonna
is
let
that
you have
you're-
this.
you're a
time
police officer?
to talk. I can't argue.
But you wait,
with
just listen.
No,
You're a police officer in the Capitol.
No.
They're in the chamber, right? It makes sense to go, guys, you can look around, please don't. And the guy said that. You hear the cop say that. He goes, guys, you're here, please don't break anything. It's a hallowed area. He said that. Do you hear the cop say that?
No, I don't.
The cop said this. He goes like this. He goes, guys, I know you're here. Do me a favor. Be respectful because it's a hallowed area. That's what he said.
Bryan, go on. I'm going to throw something out in the garbage because I can't really listen.
Well, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
Go talk. Go.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
This is insanely childish behavior from
Well,
Sam
he's already made up
Tripoli.
his mind.
Yeah.
So Sam has Sam. If it doesn't confirm his bias, he's just not going to listen.
He's not elastic, and he he's referred to you as being queenie.
Sam suffers from confirmation bias in the extreme.
Yeah,
And
he's
Sam,
not elastic.
Sam made up his mind a long time ago, but now there's more evidence.
Oh, you mean to confirm what I believe, Bryan?
Do you think, Sam?
Come on,
Do you
man.
think that this was all done by government agents to discredit Trump?
Yep.
And you think that they opened the gates with the help of the
let me get
FBI?
into it.
Okay. Tell me what you think.
I'm letting him talk.
Tell
Go.
me actually.
And
No,
you
go.
tell me when I
Tell
can
me
go.
honestly.
You can go.
I want to know what you
Okay.
think.
Yeah.
What do you think happened there?
This was supposed to be a lot crazier than they thought. They wanted it to be a lot crazier. They were hoping for more because they have been wanting, and this is a big thing that people in the truth community, they have been wanting to label anybody who questions the government as domestic terrorists.
True.
That
So
is
they
the
can
movement.
create
And listen, and these useful idiots don't understand. It's not about right wing either. If they got their way, left wing and right wing
Yes.
will both be labeled domestic terrorists.
Yes.
And this was meant to kick it off. They want an event that will be very huge. Again, the World Economic Forum. They're going to probably blame it on solar flares. Oh my God, the solar flares from the sun knocked out the internet. That's what they're already talking about. You see them saying it. And this was meant to kick off the National Domestic Terrorism Division of the government.
You got to call for it if you want it.
What? No, hey, stop. You can't now be calling
Just
for it.
repeating what you said.
We call for it. You don't go, hey man, let me throw this in for you.
Well, he just looked at me a bunch, so.
And what?
Solar flares are going to take out the
Solar
internet.
flares.
Solar flares going to take
Solar
out the
flares. That's what they're going to blame it on.
And then they're going to have a bland internet, and they're going to be able to keep
Yeah.
anybody like us off the internet.
Yeah.
And people like us and
Yes.
anybody pushing.
Yes.
back. Rogan's done.
Dude, financial collapse.
These are the international bankers.
The Bank of International
Are the international
Settlements.
bankers Zionists?
No, dude, Zionism's middle management, bro.
Oh, you mean there's the upper rung? Are those all the families like the Rothschild?
No, they're dude, if you know their name, they ain't running anything.
So it's a bunch of no names out there.
There you go, bro.
Bunch of no names.
There you go.
Pulling the old strangs. And what I don't realize is that I got strangs attached to my back and my arms and my legs. And I have no idea how I move like this.
There you go.
But apparently
There you go.
Because at the end of the day, I'm an animatronic puppet.
There you go. You get it.
Check her emails.
Your email. You get it. You get it.
And the
You get
government
it.
will make me happy.
Yeah, there you go.
I want bonbons in my mouth.
There you go,
happy,
bro.
Happy, white bad.
There you go, bro. There you go.
Gender's
There
a
you go.
construct.
You got it.
Silence is violence.
You got it.
Do you think that Elon is part of Controlled Op? Because he is.
Oh, dude,
Done.
go up.
And
Go up.
This
Go
is
up.
crazy. The public
That
is
is the best. J6ers. That is so funny, bro.
What does that mean, J6?
Well, that's the
January
76ers
6th.
logo.
Oh, that's hilarious. God is real. Wait, this is crazy. The public was misled.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So what do you think of this now? But wait, this is really interesting because the tapes were made public, and I
Yeah.
believe McCarthy, the Speaker of the House,
Gave them to Tucker, which is probably theater.
But what do you mean theater, Sam? What do you mean
Theater.
theater? But
It's
Sam,
all
what
theater.
more do you need from them? What more do you need from the government? You have
Lot of limited
You have the
hangouts.
Republicans.
Lot of
You have the
limited hangouts.
Republicans saying, "Hey, let's look at all the info." They gave it to Tucker. Tucker aired it for you. Now you're saying, "Wait a minute," and I'm saying, "Wait a minute." There's more to this story, and I'm going, how destructive? This guy's doing 5 years, and you guys were walking him around.
Yep.
He's clearly not
Yep.
all there.
Yep.
Apparently, he's actually autistic or whatever he is. And you guys were walking him around. he's got a costume on, and you put him away for 4 years.
Yep.
You put him in jail for 4 years. He had a nervous breakdown.
Yep.
So, and now you want to label him a domestic terrorist. I happen to agree with you 100% that there are people in government like Nancy Pelosi and AOC and all the people I disagree with who want to create a department of domestic terrorism.
Yep.
And why? Because they do want control over people.
Yep.
And they actually do believe that they're smarter, and they do believe that the government should control things, including the economy and including how you live and how you teach your children and how you raise your children.
I agree
with you 100%. And I think they are the enemy as a result of that. I think they're the enemy of what America stands for. I think they don't know what America stands for, and they certainly don't know the philosophy they have benefited from.
Yes.
Nancy Pelosi seems to have made a lot of money in the stock market, as have a lot of people in the House and Senate, because they are privy to when a bill is going to be passed and whether or not it favors a company or an industry, and they buy stock as a result. There is a lot of evidence to that, and it's gross and it's unethical, and they are hypocrites. Yes to all of that. I think, though, that what's encouraging for me is that you're starting to see that January 6th was theater. January 6th was political. January 6th was being used as a way
psyop. Let it flow, bro.
It's certainly political theater.
Okay, it looks like. How about this? It looks like it could be a psyop.
Can we see the? Is there footage of the actual cops opening gates and letting people in?
Yeah.
It seems that Ray Epps is still somebody that we don't know.
But
and I can't get up.
Senior moments.
We've already seen all this.
But is that how they got in? Is that how they got in? And what about when that woman was shot because they were breaking windows?
That's literally the only death.
Right.
I'll look that up really quickly. We'll watch it. Do you guys have an issue with the Speaker of the House handing over information for a pundit on Fox
Absolutely
News?
not.
Okay.
He handed it because
I would love to hear your problems with it, because we've seen it the other way for forever.
Right. So they were withholding information from the American public, like they did with COVID and like they did with everything else.
What you're talking about right there, huh? You Marxist, huh?
Why hasn't the New York Times or the Washington Post picked up on the fact that the United States...
You're literally talking about what John McCain did with fake evidence of Russian collusion, handing it to BuzzFeed, and then them putting it out everywhere to start this false narrative about Russian collusion with the election.
Hey, bro.
Bruh?
I'm not saying that it's good on either side.
I'm saying that when there's evidence, like thousands of hours of videotape or whatever, hundreds of hours of videotape, when there's evidence that can keep people out of jail, and when you have evidence that one side is manipulating what actually happened for political gain, then I think absolutely all the information, I believe in transparency. There's nothing secret about that. Let those tapes roll. Everyone should have an ability to see those tapes. And why is it that Tucker Carlson was the only one to make it known? I want to hear about this. I want to hear about what's actually, I want transparency. And as long as the mainstream media continues to toe a narrative and seems to walk lockstep, for example, with the Democratic Party, they lose their credibility. I want objective truth here, man.
Look at that, Bryan. Hey, come on in.
Hold on. This is crazy. Look at this guy. He's holding the door.
And he's just walking past the cops. Look at that. Look at a police officer letting him in. There you go. Okay. He's just pointing. Go this way. And then they're leaving.
Yeah. I don't fault the cops at all. I think what the cops were like, we're outnumbered. So I'm not going to.
Well, Bryan, let's put together a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
The D.C. mayor telling them they do not want any more backup. I
think I can understand that too. And here's why. If you had the National Guard out there, you had a bunch of people with guns out there, you got some real soldiers, people would have gotten shot. And a lot more people would have probably gotten shot and killed, right? There's a good chance of that too. So what do you do there? What do you do with this?
Here we go.
Look,
Hey guys, come on in, police officer. Guys, join me. Here we go.
Well, that's one guy. I don't know how he's supposed to stop anybody, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's not stopping them. He's literally leading them. There you guys go.
I mean, you've got to realize that this is a peaceful walkthrough.
Bryan.
It's a peaceful walkthrough. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not what was portrayed for us, which is a marauding band of armed insurgents.
Yes.
Who came in and killed police officers and hit them in the head, which was the narrative. This is not what happened.
Yeah.
People were strolling in because the doors were open. So if I'm in a group like that and I'm protesting, if you're saying they're letting us in and a cop is letting me in, I don't think I'm breaking the fucking law.
Yeah.
So that right there, none of those people, I can promise you, thought they were breaking the law. None of those people thought they were committing treason.
Yeah.
None of those people thought they were committing domestic terrorism.
Yeah.
None of those people thought that they were doing something that would land them in jail. None of those people.
Right.
They were strolling in with American flags.
Yeah.
Which is exactly something that we would have done if we were down there. Like, are we actually allowed in?
And then
So just think about this for a second. You have a cop going like this, holding the door. You go, oh, cool, we can come in. Oh, maybe it's not illegal. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. No.
No windows broken, no nothing.
Yeah.
No lock broken.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to see what happens as a result of this. I want to know why people are still in jail if that's the case.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
And I think that in a way, McCarthy has done a great job here of allowing the tapes to be seen by American citizens.
Yep.
Great.
So I
Dylan,
understand
what's going on here.
I understand.
What's that smirk, Dylan?
I understand Sam's total lack of trust in anything the mainstream media says. That's what they.
And this is coming from a group of people that when Antifa was burning down cities and businesses, they were calling them peaceful protesters.
What a surprise!
So let's talk about the media and the media bias really quickly. Do you remember when Ted Cruz fled Texas when they were going through that electoral problem? We have this.
Yeah. Governor Newsom took personal trip to sunny Baja California, Mexico, while snowed in Californians are freezing to death. Yeah, I mean, the guy's a garbage dude.
Do you have an issue with that?
Okay, here we go.
No, I don't have an issue with that. I don't know what his personal vacation plan was, and I don't care about that. That's not interesting to me. Like, well, I don't know. He would have been warm if he stayed here. He's got all the money, so like whether he goes away on a vacation while people are freezing to death. We had weird weather all of a sudden in California. What do you want him to do? Be cold with everybody?
But
Bryan, that's
no
not
media.
all. It isn't just that snow fell. It's that people couldn't get out of their houses. It was an emergent. It was like it's like when they're flooding and people can't leave their houses and. It's more than just there was some snow.
This is less. I'm not as. There are big problems we have in transparency. I don't give a shit about Gavin Newsom going to Baja California. I really don't.
But this is literally
I'm not a fan.
And by the way, I
Gavin
can't
Newsom.
stand Ted Cruz. I think he's garbage.
I mean, I don't like Gavin Newsom, but this is not news to me. I don't give a shit about this.
I guess the only reason it would be news is because there was no backlash against it, really.
Yeah. Gavin Newsom is to
bought
me,
and sold scumbag.
He's a stuffed shirt. I just don't think Gavin Newsom is.
By the way, I love that it looks like he has Coke under his nose. This is nuts.
What is this?
Okay.
All right, let's take a little listen.
So what's his name? Hassan
Minhaj.
Here's the thing I'm wondering, okay? Why did this whole lab leak versus wet market thing become the Yankees versus Red Sox of the culture war in the first place?
Stop. Now I know I've met Hassan a bunch of times. I've talked about Hassan Tinfoil Hat. I'll talk about it here. Okay? I've met Hassan. The guy is super charismatic, super funny comic, like lightning wit. It breaks my heart to watch somebody like that has done great political comedy in the past on his Netflix show that got him in deep trouble to say what he's saying right there. Yeah, he got in trouble because he was questioning like stuff with Saudi Arabia and stuff, I believe. And he got him in trouble. They censored him on Netflix. It breaks my heart to watch that.
So what is this now?
Well, I mean, Sam had retweeted it and said, why was it a culture thing? It was a culture war because...
That's a good question, though.
Well, there's a very obvious answer. If you said that it was from the Wuhan lab, you got branded as xenophobe and a racist.
That's right.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
Right.
And you had your...
No. So, but yes, but remember also that a lot of people... Now, I happen to believe, and especially...
play more of the clip, because I don't think he's getting the full...
Let me see it.
We can't play anymore.
Okay, so
clip,
basically he goes
let me
on...
watch it, and then you don't have to play it. Let me watch it, and then you'll just edit it out.
Okay. Well, okay. Vamp.
Okay, so basically what he says is like, who cares? Who cares? What does it matter? And the reason it matters is because people's livelihoods were affected by tech companies who took down their
It's even deeper than that.
their YouTube, which gets into, Bryan, what you were the really retarded shit you were saying earlier about how YouTube doesn't have bias, which was by far like in the top 5 of retard shit you said.
So I would say this. I would say, again, I don't blame any tech company. They're not scientists at all. So they're going by what they were, the lies they were told by scientists like Fauci.
Yeah, but Bryan, it is a big deal. The point of us bringing this story
of course, I understand
is that it is a big deal.
Yes.
That he can't just dismiss it because now his side is shown to be wrong.
So it did become a flashpoint in the culture war, but you're right to say that the reason it matters is this: the loaded issue geopolitically was this a colossal screw up by a lab in China that was working on gain of function research that was supported and financed by the NIH, etc.
Yeah.
Now, if that were the case and you shut down the world economy for 2 years, people died, mental illness, kids out of school. Like I'm unforgiving of this. I'm unforgiving. Like for me, they are. I want people in jail. I really do. And when I read that Fauci and what's that guy's name, the scientist who became the head of, first of all, he was part of a medical group, research group, whatever they are, who had close ties to pharmaceutical companies, okay? Which makes all the sense in the world. And then gets a cushy job as head of the World Health Organization, which gets a hell of a lot of money from the CCP, from China.
Are you doing air guns to
now
me,
watch
bro?
this. Yeah, now watch this. And Fauci cites a very credible scientific paper that puts to rest the idea that this came from a lab leak. In fact, it came from a wet market. And the guy who is the head of the WHO in China's pocket says, can you change a word from something like unlikely to improbable? Because improbable sounds a little stronger.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And Fauci says something to the effect of, acts like he doesn't know about this paper that he edited, that he instigated, this guy. Because he's somehow, apparently, I can't believe he'd be this dumb to leave a paper trail like this. We have the receipts. He was one of the authors, or if not the author, the editor of that paper.
Well, if
that
here's
credible
where I'm gonna lose
paper.
Bryan, and these are 100% facts. If you look at what I've told you before, and I've asked Bryan to read it, I even sent it to Rogan to read, and I never heard back from him. It's the SPARS pandemic simulation. We are following the whole.
That's so not. No, you're wrong. See, this is where you lose me. This is where you.
No, Bryan, I lost you way before
but
episode 2. So okay,
Sam,
way before.
Don't point to the fact that governments get ready for pandemics. That's like the dumbest thing in the world. What you have to point to is the fact that China, that there was financial incentive for whatever reason for Fauci.
They have
and
literally
reputational
this whole thing.
Incentive.
We're at the point
financial
where
incentive.
we are going to throw somebody under the bus.
Yes. What I'm mad about is that Fauci and the scientists that were driving the narrative and making us wear masks, making us get vaccines, shutting down our economy, shutting down our schools, that those people knew that number one, this was probably a lab leak, or at least they had as much reason to believe it was a lab leak as it could have been a wet market issue in China. That's the first thing. So they were
By the
lying
way,
about that.
They role played it was going to be a wet mark in Latin America, but go on.
Yeah. Well, that's because of the swine flu stuff and all that. But at the end of the day, it's not that viruses don't originate from wet markets and don't jump from animals to people in a lot of cases. My issue here is that there was a lot of evidence to suggest this was a lab leak, and that was politically a disaster for a lot of people, especially the head of the WHO. And it seems to me that Fauci was not only disingenuous, but, how much did they know about this virus and how deadly was it to kids? It wasn't. It wasn't deadly to healthy people. And you shut down our economy. And you kept doing it. Why? Because of control. And how much money, I'd like to know, did Pfizer and SmithKline Beecham and Johnson Johnson make off these vaccines?
$400 million that the U.S. government got?
How much do they make off these vaccines?
400 mil.
As they continue to push these things. I want to know.
Yep.
These are the issues that really bother me.
And look what it's done to people. I mean, people are absolutely losing their
minds. I mean, like, this is a woman. She tweeted this, like, I think a week ago. She is like almost 3 years COVID negative, and this is what she does. By the way, what is privilege at the end? What is that?
Wait,
I just saw that.
She's a mess. Look at what a mess she is.
Well, she's got purple hair, which is anytime someone dyes her hair, that's a sign of cuckoo crazy.
Did she just post that?
Yeah, she posted it February 28th.
Oh, what a mess.
But the comments.
That's not somebody who's.
Have you ever heard that sprinter named JoJo who like is 40 and a virgin and she's like still haven't had sex and everyone's like it's actually hurting her dating now because everyone's like, what's wrong with you? You haven't had sex yet.
Wait, she's a doctor? Or
yeah.
That woman's a doctor?
Yeah. Yeah. So the comments are really hilarious because people are like, where do you get your HIPAA filters? And I don't even know how these things work. Do you just sit them next to you on the flight?
This woman is such a mess. She never gets laid.
Yeah, but it's so funny though. But it's like,
hold on.
How many people have gotten COVID multiple times and like they just go on with their life? Like this woman is running from ghosts.
It says this, you have zero evidence you've been COVID negative for 3 years, but you state it as a fact. You very well might have had COVID 3 times and wouldn't even know it. So I have strong evidence. That's why I said it, not really into sharing lies. She's a doctor. So wonderful to know that there are still people keeping themselves and each other healthier. In a sea of uninformed and uncaring behavior, wear an elastomeric mask.
Like, dude, these people are nuts.
Well, she's not well.
She's not well.
That's somebody who's.
Have you ever seen anybody that wears a mask today that is well?
She still wants to distance. That's not somebody who likes people. She just wants to be away from
it's also
people.
that I guarantee you her life has been very simple and she needs a windmill to fight.
She looks like she's either has a very simple life or something wrong with her mentally, or she was very badly abused.
Yeah, at some point. Yeah.
Well, so we can all agree on that, but we have one more story before we get to final thoughts with Bryan Callen.
Oh, yeah, we got to get the final thoughts with Bryan Callen.
And this may melt him a little bit because there is a company within the CIA known as In-Q-Tel.
Oh, listen to this, Bryan. Here we go.
A bit of a black budget to invest in tech companies. So the modus operandi is to invest in companies.
Bryan, open your eyes and take your medicine. Open your eyes and take your medicine.
Go on.
The strategy,
what are you doing, Bryan? Your eyes aren't that itchy. Take your medicine.
Go on.
Strategy is to invest in companies that are going to be acquired by conglomerates and big monopolies like Facebook and Google and stuff like that. And then the CIA has an inroad into that acquisition of said company. Yes. So perfect example is a company called Keyhole, which later became Google Earth. And these are other examples of companies that were acquired by larger companies that were funded by the CIA.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember when I told you about, Google and YouTube?
This is not news, though.
No.
This is not news to me.
I need a senior moment.
It's been going on for a long time.
We've literally had
DARPA and everybody else. What I've told you is they provide low interest loans, right, to these different companies and scientists to come up with great ideas that make us competitive against other countries.
You are the greatest spinner of all time.
We are competitive because private industry won't give those companies money in the beginning. Why? It takes too long to see a return. So the government has a policy. DARPA
Hold on,
and the
Bryan.
CIA,
Hold on.
please. They have a policy of giving
Brian, by
scientists.
the way, that's the face when Brian's spitballing right there.
No, they have a policy of giving.
Close the eyes and figure it out.
It's called Blue Skies. Remember, Blue Skies was when
Brian,
we gave scientists a lot of money.
We have discussed
and said, go make great science.
and you denied it. What they do, Brian, is they create things and then they control them and they use them to manipulate the masses.
Like Tesla? Tesla was made possible by the Department of Energy.
Google searches, they control information.
No.
YouTube, they control what you see and consume. Okay, Facebook, they get your data. That's all of it, Brian.
Yeah,
Brian, I've been telling you this forever.
I'm telling you this. So Tesla was made possible by low interest loans from the Department of Energy.
Yes.
DARPA has been was essentially
they created Facebook. I told you that.
They created GPS.
Brian, literally denied that they created.
They gave the loans for GPS. So what they would do is they say, very smart idea. The government should always have a division in their intelligence agency, in DARPA, Department of Defense, to give money to
Brian,
promising young scientists.
You're delusional.
So that we can use the private enterprise
Brian, you're delusional.
and the marketplace, stimulate the marketplace, and create incentives to come up with great science. We've been doing that since we were almost a republic. Very smart idea. Why? Because when you have an amazing idea and you want to come up with something like GPS, what happens is nobody in the private industry will give you money because it takes too long to see investment. So that's when you turn to the government for low interest loans. That's how Tesla was made.
This is the Brian. What you're saying, Brian, right
makes
now,
our economy stronger.
What these tech companies have done to America
Makes our economy
and our
stronger.
Discord, Brian, you're literally going. Listen. You need to sleep. He gave you a roofie to help you sleep. You need to sleep.
No.
You're getting help sleeping right there. Right?
No.
Thank you.
So
You're
dead. So wait a minute.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, hold on.
Thank you.
The way
that roofie wasn't done to commit crimes and manipulate you. He was helping you sleep.
No,
that's what he was doing.
The way
Brian, you're delusional.
The way you protect American citizens from CIA oversight and surveillance is how? You have firewalls where you say the CIA is not allowed to spy on American citizens.
What?
Hold that. And then you're not allowed to use that evidence in a court of law.
What?
So that if the CIA or DOA or the NSA has evidence on you and you're an American citizen, that evidence cannot be entered into your trial.
So you create other parties to do it.
Well,
and
the
then
idea
you can have deniable plausibility.
So then you say, where'd you guys get your information?
Brian.
Who gave you that information?
Brian.
Does this mean that Bryan gets to ring the bell? Because
yes.
There are instances of tech companies refuting warrants from the CIA.
No. Hey, you. You know, we know who it is. It's Apple. It's Apple. Unring that bell. Unring that bell. You are disgusting.
But there are 6% of requests that Google didn't comply with.
6%.
Yeah.
Dude, that was disingenuous of you. That was disgusting of you. I'm disgusted in this whole show.
Whoa. Google complied.
I'm getting a yellow card. I got 2 yellow cards.
All right. So I think we can all agree that DARPA is good and that Bryan won and that it's time to
That's just rude.
No,
you can't get Bryan to win and he gets the last.
I would say that Sam, I would say that if I had been told what I know today about what government knew, including Fauci, the NIH,
CIA,
FBI.
If
I had been told what I know today by Sam 50 episodes ago.
Well, he did tell you
50 episodes ago.
I did tell you
he did
this
tell
stuff.
you that because
I said bullshit. Now I know that I am shocked. I am shocked and dismayed and naively surprised at how unethical someone like Anthony Fauci was. I think I chalk it up to arrogance and whatever you want to do, but it doesn't matter. I'm shocked by that. I still am encouraged.
Delusional.
I'm encouraged that the Republic and that the free press has actually brought it to my attention, though. So the fact of the matter is the information somehow finds its way to our ears as American citizens and our eyes. And you have to give credit where that credit is due, which is why when people like Sam say you can keep secrets, I say only so long. And at the end of the day,
what do I
the truth
say?
finds its way to grow wings and fly, and drop its droppings everywhere we are. God bless America. God bless transparency. And time is the great removal of the blanket that is a lie. I hope you guys wrote that down because that's pretty poetic. Which proves to me that at the end of the day, the people trying to lie
Did you wax poetic about bird shit?
The liars are not as organized or as powerful as Sam wants to think. There is no black nobility. There is no gray nobility. There is no black pope, white pope, gray pope. There is no power. There's nobody's running things from Buckingham Palace or the Vatican. There is lateral cooperation.
You are just
too much.
Yes. I mean, you said all the good things about him, and then you went on and you took a big dropping on him. Would you admit that Sam is a hipster of truth?
I would say Sam is a hipster of truth.
Yeah.
Let me see how I can.
A lot of people call me the KRS-One of a comedy.
I'd say this about Sam,
dude. My
now this is a classic example. Here's how
my camera went down.
Here's how I'm going to categorize Sam. Your camera work was terrible today, Dylan. Here's how I'm going to categorize Sam. Here's how I'm going to categorize Sam. You're the worst at camera. Sam knows there are bad guys out there. So there's a neighborhood full of bad guys. It's a bad neighborhood, you know. And with a guy like me, I come in with a small team.
Yeah.
A small anonymous team, suppressors. We come in, we have good intel on where the bad guys are. They're sleeping. We come in. All clear, moving on. And in one night, we comb that place and we clean it up. We also get vats of acid in the back. We have vats, big vats of acid in the back of our pickup trucks that we pull up. And we take those bodies and we just dump them in those vats of acid. So that they ain't no trace. They ain't no trace. Now, they probably have dogs for protection. We dart them. We don't kill them. We dart them. We take those dogs and we get them in a nice place that's safe so they don't die. We rehab them. Either way, there's no... Sam goes, there's a bad neighborhood. He comes in with his Gatling gun and he just starts fucking shooting everywhere because everybody's a bad guy.
Yeah.
And then by the time he's done...
I totally disagree,
By the time he's done, sun up, everybody is fucking dead in the entire neighborhood.
No, Bryan.
You're Russia and I'm Delta Force.
I come in with a sword. And I roam the streets, keeping it safe for the ladies, okay?
I wish that were true.
And I only pull my blade when it's the last result.
You're the Russian bear who just unleashes all the artillery. A bear goes like this, and just kind of, a bear wouldn't be a good painter. Because a bear, you dip his paw in paint and he just goes,
I'd probably get $1 million for that painting.
Yeah, but I'm a Matisse.
No, Bryan.
I'm a Matisse. I'm almost pixelated. Little details. Yeah. So my tapestry is refined, elegant, and detailed.
Another show in the books. Please hit the subscribe button. Please go to BryanCallen.com for his tickets. Go to SamTripoli.com. Dylan, where can they find your stuff?
You search Bad TV.
Real quick. So I'm in a show. I'm on a show where one man molests his legs and then another man cups his crotch the whole time. You're just like, I don't know. Dude, it's really uncomfortable.
I'm sorry that I did that. These are new jeans. Bryan told me to get new clothes, so I got them. And because Daddy told me to get new clothes, and these jeans are just riding up into my gooch a little bit, so I just had to slide out, and I apologize.
You call it a gooch?
Yeah, he's got a gooch, bro.
Gooch?
Do you manscape at all, or you just let it grow?
Bryan, that is a really, really fucking
Dude, I've been
insulting
shaving
question.
my butthole.
You should.
I love it, dude. Shits are so much better.
I keep mine very clean.
I got this
You're
Chinese
hairy.
lady boy who gets in there and just cleans it
Really?
out. Yeah.
Wow.
Zing, zing, zing.
Really?
Bang. Clean.
Damn.
No judgment.
There's somebody out there who has to clean Sam.
I shower
shave
before.
Sam Tripoli's.
Hey,
lawn whistle.
dude, she fucking, risked her life to come to this country illegally. Let her do her thing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What about you now?
Of course, I groom my balls and my penis.
Yeah, but do you do your beehole?
Are you working with a piece?
No, God, no.
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 I have 6 inches.
Yeah, I'm like 5.5.
Really?
Yeah, tiny. Yeah.
Rude, Bryan.
It's okay because my hips are like Shakira's, and that's what's important.
Yeah, that's really it.
Yeah?
Yeah, Dylan has childbearing hips.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, they're thin, but they move like a Latin woman.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, 100%.
Guys, come see me at the Flat Earth Convention, March 18th.
No, don't.
Please
Don't
go.
to that Flat Earth Convention
Yeah,
because it's nothing.
TEMME.live.
At dot
Grab
nothing.
it now. Let's get weird.
Subscribe, follow us on Instagram, leave reviews in the podcast, wherever you get them.
Bye.
When people ask, is everything a conspiracy? The answer is yes.
Who and what is controlling everything and why? They practice sorcery. I can't argue against magic.
I don't know what it is that we live on, but I believe it's a realm. This realm that we live in is the lowest level of heaven, highest level of hell.
Chicken snake gods and the Anunnaki and sorcery. If Sam says the chicken snake god is running everything, I'm literally in the world of crazy. I'm winning.
You're losing. Conspiracy Social Club, a.k.a. Deep Waters.